Yo, what's up? My name is Alex the Kid and you're watching Any Views. Don't go nowhere.
Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Any Views. Happy New Year! Happy New Year, my first interview of 2017. I'm excited, you are going to be excited because the man sitting next to me is the only producer to have 2 diamond certified singles. Wow, that is a milestone. That's absolutely amazing. He's worked with the likes of Dr. Dre, U2, Christina Aguilera, Puff Daddy, the list goes on. But I'm here to find out not only about his latest track, but also some exclusives about what's been happening in the studio. How you doing, sir?
What's up, man?
Please help me welcome onto the show, Alex the Kid.
What's up, man? You good?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Good, man. Good.
Not too bad. I'm liking the whole hair look and everything. I feel like since Solange has done the whole natural look kind of thing, everyone's just...
She copied me, first of all. Second of all, this is a weave.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, you want to buy one?
Oh boy, I don't mind. It gets the girls in now, really.
Yeah, of course, girls love it.
It gets the girls in. Latest song out now.
Yes.
Collaborated with the ex-ambassadors, Wiz Khalifa. There's one more person.
Elle King.
Elle King
yes,
as well.
Yes.
Tell me how that came about and how is it like? Was this all? Did everyone come to the studio to do this or?
Nah, so ex-ambassadors assigned to me. So we started the song, and then this kind of, I started building out this program, this kind of concept with IBM to help market Watson, one of their computers. Yeah. And this song made sense, and so I called Wiz and I called Elle and kind of put them all together, and it just made sense. Like, I like doing things that don't necessarily initially make sense, but then like when it comes together, it feels different and new. So I felt good about this.
Okay, cool. Well, it seems like you got a lot more in the catalogue. How important was it for you to have relationships in the industry now?
Yeah, relationships are key. I mean, that's obviously how a lot of things get done. It's just like personal relationships. So so it's important, especially as I'm doing more things like this, where I'm like doing more collaborations and I'm becoming an artist and doing kind of more collaboration tracks. It's super important.
Okay, cool. I want to get to some exclusive. I want to get down to the what's been like the highlight of like a studio session where you just had so much fun. It's just been absolute bliss. And then what's been like where you'd be like, oh, you might have to come back and do this on another day. I want to hear the highs and lows of what's it like working in the studio.
Alright, so I mean, in general, like my studio, like I'm not one of those producers that like has a lot of strippers in the studio or like drugs. Because
are you just saying this for the camera?
No, I'll tell you why. I would love to be that producer, but I'm not, because I feel like I've done that before, but like it just like I end up trying to show off. Like, because it's just like you're a guy, and it just like, even if you have like your boys there or whatever, it just becomes a thing where you don't do what's best for the song. You just like, if you're doing like if you're making a beat, you're trying to build like, everything is like trying to put everything on steroids. So like it just doesn't do. And a lot of times when you're a producer, you got to make the whole point of you being a producer is making decisions and like and understanding when not to like show off and when like to be more reserved and like and so like it goes against, for me at least, like how I create, so I don't normally have that. I know a lot of producers that do that, and they need to feel like they're in a party before they can create. I'm just not that guy. But so like generally, like when I work with people, it's like I don't let any managers in the studio when I work. I just always me and either the artist or me and the writers and the artist. Whoever has to be there is there. I don't let anyone in. Like I don't let people that work for me in there. I don't, because I want to make. Because also as well, like when I'm making stuff, I'm asking these artists like, so I'm like asking questions like, so why do you hate your dad? Or like, why do you like not love your wife anymore? Or like, I'm asking like really deep questions. So like, I can't really do that in front of an audience, it's like, because if I want to get to the truth of a song, then I have to like ask questions that are like not normal questions, So it's not as party time as where it might seem like all the time.
Have you ever had difficulty working with an artist? You don't have to say their name, but it's been like, oh, this artist is just...
I've had a really good time, honestly. Like I've heard stories from people, but there's been some moments where like some divas have. I feel like they try and they think it's like a positive thing to like be a diva. Like it's a thing that they try and become. No one is born a diva. Like people like try and like make that part of their persona because they feel like it's interesting, and a lot of times it is. But I really don't play no games when I'm in the studio. So like I'm not looking for that. I'm not looking for the show. I'm looking for the truth. I'm looking for you to tell me something like real, so we can help try and put it in a song. So, I try and, I'm very as well, like I love in the studio, I love telling people that stuff is shit. Like that's my favorite thing to do. So and a lot of times like when I'm working with like a big celebrity, if I tell them something is shit, then they like, at first they might get offended, but then I try and make it so like they hear it so many times that like it doesn't become like a big awkward thing.
Yeah.
You know, so I'll just like pretty much put them down. Like I'll be like, oh, why did you decide to wear that today? That's not very good. I just start putting them down as soon as they come in, so they're used to it. So then when like we have something good, like it's like a really, you know, big time, and it feels good. And also I do make a joke out of it too. So like it's because you can be super. Like I've seen it with like producers of like, you know, they're so scared to tell someone that something's bad. They're like they talk around it and they're like, you know, let's try that again. And they're like, is it bad? And they're like, no, it's not bad, but it's just like, you know, someone, you know, one of the engineers pressed the wrong button, and it's not telling them the truth. And I was like, if you want to inspire the truth out of them and like you want to get a good song, like you can't be lying to them and telling them things are good when they're not. So I just tell people like the bigger the artist, the more I put them down. Really, that's my strategy.
That's a good strategy. Take some tips, people. Take some tips.
Yeah.
I think we should go back from the beginning. How did you get started to making music, and why music in particular? What drawn you to music?
Well, I always liked music. I grew up like my dad always used to play reggae, and like I used to just be surrounded by music all the time. Everyone in my family liked music, but I had no idea how it was made.
Yeah.
And then my friend gave me a computer program called Fruity Loops, and I just saw how it was made, and I just like changed my entire world. Like I used to be all about like just like, you know, talking to chicks, and like just like I would spend all my money on like jeans and like, you know, just living like day to day. Like I was like any teenager, you know. And then like when I started doing music, I just changed all of that. I stopped talking to all the friends I had. My whole entire life changed. Like it was just, I just became obsessed. I just locked myself in a bedroom and just I was terrible as well at first, you know, and I would just, you know, slowly get better.
When did you realize that you actually, wow, this is actually gonna work for me? When did that the light bulb hit, pen dropped like?
I don't know if it ever did. Like my whole thing was like, I think setting expectations is super important. So like I never did it for like, I wasn't like, I want to have like a gold single or a gold album or, you know, platinum, whatever. It wasn't about that. It was just, all I wanted to do is like be able to do it every day. That was it. And so like, and like be able to survive and do it every day. So like, for me, that's how I've approached it from the start. So it wasn't like, you know, so I guess that was a success for me. So there probably is a moment, I guess when I got my first publishing deal, when then I moved out to America for the first time, and that was, I could survive, you know, and I could just do it and not have to worry about like anything else and just do it 24/7. Okay. That was probably the first time, I guess, or the time that happened.
Where are you from originally?
Wood Green, North London. Yeah. The hood.
Like 20 minutes away from me, like.
Oh, where are you from?
Stamford Hill.
Okay, yeah. I used to be in Stamford Hill all the time. Yeah. How is Stamford Hill? It's pretty super. When I was like in Wood Green and Stamford Hill, Stamford Hill's pretty bad expensive now.
Yeah, right? So the Jews have cleared it out. Like I love Jews, don't get me wrong, but the Jews have cleared it out.
Right.
Own it.
But it's close to West End, right? So
no, Stamford Hill's like it's
closer to West End than
Dalston. Yeah, it's close to Dalston.
But ain't it closer to West End than Wood Green? I used to feel like
I don't know, you know.
I used to get on a bus. I used to go through Stamford Hill to get to West End.
Is it?
Yeah.
Where would you get off on the bus?
Depends where I'm going, but like, you know, Tottenham Court Road or you know, whatever. Like I'm sure it's like closer than. It must be more expensive.
Basically, let's just say this: everywhere from my side takes 30 minutes.
Yeah, same as Wood Green.
It takes 30 minutes. So
yeah,
that's about it. But Wood Green's different now. Even Stamford Hill's different now as well.
Yeah.
It's life, isn't it? It comes on. I wanted to know what it was like working with Eminem.
Yeah, Marshall. Yeah, he's. I mean, you know, he's someone I work with all the time, and he's amazing. Like, he's definitely like he's probably I started working with Rihanna before Marshall, but he was someone that, because when I started working with Rihanna, she had the same manager as me, so like it was more of a family thing, where like I think she was making more of an effort to like be just cool or whatever. So like it wasn't as it was still Rihanna, but it wasn't as of a big deal. Eminem was like no one, like he was like just coming out of his problems, and like no one had even like spoken to him for a long time, and he was, when I first met him, and he was like, he's like the nicest person. Like in 2 seconds you forget, like I think he's the biggest artist. Like he's sold the most albums or whatever in the last 20 years, like of any artist. Like he's, you know, one of the biggest artists of all time, and like you just forget that, like in 2 seconds. Like we make fun of each other all the time. He's like a funny dude, man. He's just so super cool, and he's like, you know, we spend so much time together because we mix a lot of songs together, like so we spend so much time in the studio together, and it's just he's a good dude, man.
Did you know that song would be as big as it is?
Nah, I almost didn't make it. because like it was like when we did the song, like he had already mastered half of his album, and Rihanna wasn't even on it yet. So like I went to Detroit to mix it, and we were like, it might make this album, it might make the next album, we don't even know. And so like we were mixing it, and then like Rihanna was in Dublin on tour, and like she was supposed to go to the studio and record the thing after as we were mixing it. You know, we only had like 2 days. If it didn't make it in these 2 days, it wouldn't make the album, because they were pushing the album back just for this one song. And before that, I did a song with Rihanna on her album, and she was supposed to go to the studio. This is like before I had any placements. I was like, I was just on, like, this is my whole life was this thing. And she was supposed to go to the studio and record it. And like, for the whole time, she didn't record it. She was like a whole palaver, and she was like, you know, and it was like at one point a single, and it was just like a whole thing. And then she was supposed to go, like the day before she was supposed to hand in her album, she was supposed to go and record it. And she, and I was like just sitting by the phone, like waiting for, this is my first placement. You know, it's Rihanna, it's like, this be crazy. So like, I'm sitting by the phone, he's like, yeah, we've got the studio, because we had the same management at the time. So like, we got the studio, he was telling me like, give me like play by play, like we were printing out the lyrics, it's on the table. And before she goes to the studio, she goes to will.i.am studio and records a song. Like she just wanted to listen to the music. She records a song and like then puts that song on the album, doesn't even go to the studio and doesn't even record my song. And I was like devastated. So like the same shit was happening on this time, where like she was in Dublin, but like, and we had set up the studio, but I don't even know if she's gonna go. Like I don't even know, like, you know, because she's done that before. So yeah, we're just, me and Marshall were just sitting there like waiting for her to like say that she's done it. And I'm like, there's like a 50-50 chance she's gonna do this. Like she said she's gonna do it, but who knows, you know? And then we got the call, like it was like super late. We were calling, and she wasn't there. And it was like she only had a certain amount of time because she was on tour. She had to go to the next city. And then like, we got the call, and she sent the vocals, and we were like, we both were like, because at this time, Eminem was like, he was on his comeback, and he wasn't like as big as he is now again. Like he kind of, you know, since then has come, obviously, you know, killed it. But so like we got the vocals, and we just looked at each other and were like, oh, we couldn't even believe it. But you know, and then we put it in and we mixed it, and it was great. But then no one even really still like understood how big the song would be, and even he didn't, you know. And then, you know, and then it kind of came out, and it was doing okay. But again, like Eminem wasn't really that, you know, he was like on a down cycle at radio in America. So like he didn't even, like no one knew if it was going to be a hit. And then like Ree had a show at Staples Center, like because she's still on this big tour, and he came out the floor, like no one even seen him for like 2 years. He came out the floor and like started doing this song with her, and like no one even knew, and like all the press was there, and like from that moment the song became like a monster. Like, and if they never did that, it might not have happened, but because all the press were there, all the gatekeepers were there, because LA, you know, and they were there to see her show, and like no one knew he was coming out. And then from that time it just went, you know.
I don't know how I'd feel if Rihanna didn't show up to the studio, because I was thinking, what? She stood me up. And you didn't know it was gonna happen again. But it's just amazing to see how much people don't really know what it goes in to make a song. And all the ins and outs and stuff that you have to do. She's doing this, you're doing that, M's doing this. It's just very crazy. So just to see that song in particular, because I really love that song.
Oh, cool.
Blow the way it did. I was thinking, it was sick. It had to be sick. So I know there was a story behind that. Let's get into more of stuff with you, Elf in the Corner. How did that come about? Why did you start that even? I was at a space where I was getting offered, like I had these big songs, and everyone was offering me label deals, and so I met with Jimmy, and you know, Jimmy's just on a different level from a lot of people. So I ended up doing it with him and moving to LA, and and that's how Kid in the Corner started, you know. And then since then, obviously Jimmy went to Apple, and I finished my deal with Interscope, and now I'm kind of like into a next new, more exciting, insane thing, you know. But yeah, I mean, it's just kind of grown. Like, you know, the first 3 or 4 years was just me by myself. You know, now it's growing, you know, to like we're almost like 40 people, and like, you know, we have a creative agency and a, you know, publishing company and a production company, and there's a lot. We're signing directors now. Like, it's the whole thing, you know. So it's grown a lot in the last 2 years, you know. So it's great. It's only been 2 years.
Well, no, like, because before that it was just all me by myself, you know, just learning all. Like when I first started my label, like Dre gave me I was asking everyone for advice, and Dre said to me, because obviously he had success with Death Row and Aftermath, like he's one of the only creative people. Most labels that go to producers are not successful, but Dre's been like probably the most successful one. and like I asked him obviously for advice, and he was just like, you know, don't do too, like learn every single aspect of their business and don't do too much. Like don't sign 50 artists, don't like hire all these people day one, like just learn it all. Because I was making beats in the bedroom. I didn't know how to run a company, like so I did that. I just learned every single aspect. I was you know, I was at Interscope every day, just kind of like I was at every staff meeting. I was just like learning, and I signed like, you know, 3 or 4 things. And then
what books was you reading?
I didn't read that many. I mean, I read that Donald Passman book at university, which is super out of date now. But I was more just asking, like, obviously Jimmy was a massive part of it, so I asked Jimmy all the time. I would research like and David Geffen, like who's Jimmy's mentor, and just like talk to people more. Like I'd done it because I was lucky enough where I could actually talk to these people. I didn't have to read their books, so I could talk to Dre, and like he would give me like the real uncut version, you know. So yeah, he just told me just learn everything and just like don't overextend yourself too early and like learn it. And so that's what I did. And then we had, you know, big success with Imagine Dragons. That was the first artist that really went big. And then from that point, you know, it just kind of like I was just obsessed with it, you know. And so the first 3 or 4 years I was doing it by myself, and then in the last 2 years we've kind of expanded, and I've taken big investment from a few different places, and it's just kind of expanded, you know. So it's exciting.
Congratulations, man.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, man. Congratulations. If you're looking for a presenter, let me know. All right, cool. I'm gonna get into the last few bits of the interview.
Yeah.
Sum up 2016 for me in 3 words, if you can.
My 2016?
Your 2016 in 3 words.
Amazing. No, JK. That's lame. It's 3 words. My best year.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Why was that your best year?
Because we've done so much. We did not as a producer, but as like a business entity. We built out this, like we have a creative agency. We took on IBM as a really big client. We built out this never been done before.
That's amazing.
Yeah, we built out this never been done before kind of program for them, where we buy the media for them. We do all the TV production and video production. We do everything, which has never really been done by a music company before, you know. So that's been really successful. I've taken, you know, I'm building like this big compound, so where like everyone's moving to in early next year, and you know, it's kind of got, you know, it's got production facilities, it's got studios, it's got swimming pool, it's got I just basically bought this mansion and just started putting everyone in it. So like that's really exciting. I've like gone from like 1 person to like almost 40 people, and like, you know, and it's kind of, it really feels like it's growing beyond me. It's still I'm still like obviously very involved, like and everything runs through me for the next 3 or 4 years, but it feels like I want to build something that lives beyond me, you know. So all those things are happening this year, and I still, you know, I did all the stuff for Suicide Squad. So I did the hit single for that, and I did all. Did
you manage to work with Kalani then?
Not Kalani, no. Well, one of my artists wrote the song for that, her song on that.
Yeah.
But you know, the song I did I had Wayne on it, and Wiz Khalifa, and Ty Dolla $ign, and Imagine Dragons, and X Ambassadors. So. And Logic. So yeah, that was a massive success, and we did the marketing for that. So like, you know, in terms of like disrupting the model and doing different things, it's definitely been my best year for sure.
Okay, cool. Last 3 questions. What good habits do you have, and what would you say are your bad habits that you have?
My good habits are I'm obsessed with, you know, I'm passionate about what I like, you know. What else is good? I think I love learning. I think that's important, and I love what I do. I love my life. Like I love waking up every day. Like that's the most important thing for me, and I'm inspired, you know. And as a creative person, having inspiration is everything. So I have all those things. The bad stuff, I mean, I think I'm perfect, honestly. But girls will probably say I'm selfish.
Okay.
But
yeah, I get that as well. I get that as well.
Exactly.
You're not alone.
If you're driven and you got like, if you're like, you know, I definitely put like ideas and my vision before any chick, you know. So they're right, you know. So
100%. But there's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with being selfish.
We're supposed to be out here, you know, building a career. You know, that's the whole point.
Building an empire, man.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah. Apart from that, I think I'm perfect. I got perfect hair. I'm just perfect, man.
Perfect. Cool. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
I appreciate it, man. Yes.
Appreciate it, man.
Yes.
It's been an absolute wrap with me here on Any Views. It's been an absolute pleasure interviewing Alex the Kid. Check out his stuff. All his stuff will be on there. Is there any last plugins you wanna say? No,
just go to my socials and just, you know, I guess just hang out with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, just do that. Yeah.
What's the journey, man? The business is Any Views wrapped up. I've been your host for today, Samuel Any. This has been Alex the Kid. Thank you very much for watching.
2 dumb kids, full of hopes and fears. So you shook your hand, looked at me and said,